guys, I'm Sean here at JTech, and today what I'm going to do is show you how to remove the Orfice tube out of this Ford. And the first thing I'm going to do is evacuate the system. We're actually going to be using this ACX machine, and we're going to evacuate the system with this. Now the first thing you want to do is make sure you have your high and your low hookups. Now remember, you can't mix these hookups up, because this is the low pressure side. On the high pressure, it won't go in. Like, if you look, you can't mix them up because this one's smaller than this one. So this is your high pressure side here, hook that up. Make sure it clicks, it should move freely. I'm gonna do this side too. Alright, so now you got our hookups. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come up to the machine.
I got everything I need right there. Alright, thanks.
Okay, so now we're going to come up to our machine. Alright, so we're going to turn it on. Oh wait, hold on. You want to make sure you don't really try to bump this machine because it's really touchy. Just going to give it a second. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to open our valves up on our connections. Alright, so now we're going to hit start. Vacuum, we're going to vacuum it out.
You want to recycle it?
You want to recycle it? Okay, hold on. Alright, so now we're going to recycle it. We don't want to vacuum, we just want to recycle any Freon in the system. It says check oil drain level. Do that. Alright, got the valves open. Now it's going to evacuate all Freon from our system. Okay, so now it's in the recycling mode, and it says we have 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. So we're just going to wait for this timer to go off, and that's when the recycling will be finished. Okay, so it says that the recycling is done, and there was no oil, no Freon in the system, and we will see how much oil was extracted from the container at the bottom. So this is our oil drain, and this is how much oil was actually drained from it. Looks like 2.5 ounces, which, I mean, this was not checked before we started, so it was actually probably maybe half an ounce because there was no Freon in the system. So we'll actually move on to removing the Orfice tube. Okay, so now we have taken this little contraption right here off, and the way we did it was if you look over here, there's a spring down in there, right around that circle. You see it right there? Alright, so we had to use that little handy dandy tool to get up underneath the spring and to release the hoses. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this Orfice tube out, which is in this tube. So I got a pair of pliers here. Just going to grab it, pop that right out. And ladies and gentlemen, this is your Orfice tube. Now this thing has some metal shavings in it. It's actually pretty dirty. So we actually might either clean this out pretty good or even replace it if we have another one. You see these O-rings right here keep it sealed. Now what this does is this lets your system have a fixed pressure. Alright, so instead of having the expansion valve that regulates pressure, this gives your system a fixed pressure. And it just fits right here in your high pressure line. And right before the evap, it causes it to go into a mist about right here to go into your evaporator. Alright? So we're gonna get this puppy cleaned up and we're gonna put it all back together, alright? Alright, so whenever you're doing this, you wanna make sure that you replace any O-rings. These had O-rings around this fitting right here.
You know if you need a break.
We've got some new ones right here. There's our old ones. So we're just gonna put these new O-rings on as well. Next we're going to do is this oil. We're going to take some oil. Make sure you look at your manufacturer specification. Mine was actually right here on the frame. But you just want to make sure you take the oil and you want to lubricate these O-rings. Make sure you do that really well. Alright? And you also want to make sure that you use some of this oil. Clean this Orfice tube up a little bit. I mean, it doesn't take much to clean up. This one's not too bad. Alright, and then we also make sure that you oil this Orfice tube as well before you put it back in. Alright, so when I took this Orfice tube out, it was facing just like this. This end right here was going to the evaporator. So I'm going to put it back in the exact same way. Move this line out of the way. And place this in there just like that. Give it a little push. When I can touch it, it stops. If you feel it, it'll stop on you. And that's how far you put it in. You don't put it any farther. You don't try to force it in. Alright, then you grab your line back. This is where it gets kind of tricky. You just want to push that in. Alright, so when you're doing this, I know I'd already put it on because I was having to use both hands, but you just want to make sure that you twist and pull on this right here, and you're going to hear it click, and that's going to be the spring clicking over the top of this lip. Alright, so you see it's on there pretty good. It's sealed. Alright. So now we can just, all we gotta do is put our little safety thing back on right here. Clip that on. Alright. So I just showed you guys how to replace an Orfice tube. And now what I'm gonna do is show you how to check the system, make sure there's no leaks after you're done with it. Okay, so now that we have our truck back together, we put our connections back on our high and low side, and we put a vacuum on it. It's been put it on for 30 minutes. It's been going for about 10. So it's got 20 minutes left on the vacuum process, and then we're gonna check to see if there's any leaks. As you can tell, the 30 psi is holding the vacuum. After we get done here, we're gonna hold it at a vacuum and see if there's any leaks. If this backs off, then we know there's a leak somewhere. But if it doesn't, if it holds at 30, at negative 30, then you know that it doesn't have a leak, and then we're good to put Freon in it or recharge the system.